To begin using the GenePattern Reproducible Research document add-in, select the GenePattern tab. Note that a connection to a GenePattern server has already been established. Then scroll to a figure in the document with which you would like to associate your GenePattern pipeline. Select the figure, and from the GenePattern tab, select Associate Pipeline. This will bring up the Associated Pipelines panel, where you can choose which of the pipelines to associate with the figure from those pipelines run by your user on the server to which the document is connected. Once you've selected the pipeline to associate, you must name and describe the association between the pipeline and figure. You can then select which of the pipeline results are of primary interest for the association and the module in the pipeline that outputs that result. Here we've chosen the final module and its last output, which is the image displayed in the figure. Once all the details of the association are configured, select whether to store the pipeline in the document or refer to the pipeline where it is stored on the GenePattern server. Here we've chosen to store the pipeline in the document. Then save the association to complete the process. The time this takes will depend on the size of the pipeline and the speed of your connection to the server. When the association is complete, you can verify its success by selecting Dashboard from the GenePattern tab. This brings up the Dashboard panel. In the top pane, we see the association we've just created, as well as another association previously embedded in this same document. In the second pane, the contents of the document are displayed. This includes all pipelines, their modules, and module input files currently embedded in the document. Note that if we'd chosen to refer to the pipeline on the server, rather than storing it in this document, its contents would not be displayed here, as they would not have been embedded in the document. A thumbnail of the figure would, however, be present in the top pane, indicating the association. The document can now be protected or locked and passed on to a colleague or reviewer, who can then open the document, select the GenePattern tab, and then the dashboard, where they can see your associations, select and scroll to the figure containing the pipeline association in which they are interested. They can then view the details of any pipelines associated with the figure by selecting View Associations in the GenePattern tab. This displays the Associated Pipelines panel. The top pane shows the pipelines associated with the figure. The middle pane shows the description and steps or modules of the selected pipeline association, and the bottom pane displays output and parameters of the pipeline as it was associated. From this panel, the reader can also view any documentation for the pipeline, edit and delete, provided the document is not protected, export or rerun the associated pipeline. Selecting Run displays the Rerun Pipeline panel. Here the reader can select which module or stop point in the pipeline they wish to run to, configure any available parameters, or leave them as they were in the original association, verify the summary of their rerun and the pipeline to run. In the bottom pane, they can choose the server on which to rerun the pipeline, whether to show any visualizers included in the pipeline, and if an email should be sent at job completion. Once the rerun is configured as desired, the reader selects Rerun to start the job on the selected GenePattern server. The job progress will display in the Associated Pipelines panel, and when it finishes, the results will display in the same pane where the original results were displayed. The reader may now review the new results, save them, or insert some or all of the results into the document. When inserting the results, the reader may choose to insert just the file selected, or all result files, provide a comment, and choose whether to insert the input files used in the rerun as well. The inserted results will appear in a new section at the end of the document. This section will include the name of the pipeline used in the rerun, the timestamp of the run from the GenePattern server, and any comments provided by the reader, as well as any configurable pipeline parameters and the pipeline results chosen for insert. The pipeline parameters include both input files and parameter values. If the reader chose to include input files that were uploaded to the GenePattern server, they will be inserted as a Word content package and available to view or download. If the input file was specified as a URL, the URL will be printed in this section. Parameter values will also be displayed as text. All parameters will be indicated whether their values were altered in the rerun or not.